Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're holding on relatively well in these market circumstances, and hope you had a great start of the weekend, which is obviously much more important than to stay stuck behind the charts like this. But unfortunately, we had the bearish breakdown. This is ultimately what we've spoken about yesterday already as well, right? I mean, yesterday in the video, I think what we ended on is assuming that we would drop down lower. Given that yesterday we had already dropped down below the value area low of the balance up here, right? I mean, Solana has been nicely balanced right here between 179 and 167, from which I always expected a bullish breakout, by the way. But I think the fundamentals have changed quite a bit over the course of last week, and on Thursday, obviously, we already had quite a lot of selling pressure. And then overnight, we had some more bearish news regarding the tariffs, right? Not only on steel and aluminum, but we also saw some escalation again between the US and China, even though it was quite mild. But that combination has caused Solana to drop down below 164. We spoke about this yesterday morning already. Like I said, that as long as we were holding below 164, you should expect us to drop down lower, and that is what happened. And now on the higher time frames as well, you can see on the daily, for example, we have lost the uptrend. Is it still possible to get back from this? Certainly, right? And and we'll talk about that in a moment. In the end, Solana has also hit a significant support level right now at 154, which you can see historically has also been a pretty strong support level. And 150, we're filling all of those imbalances we left at the start of May. So is it possible? And we're hitting the POC is a little bit lower, right? So the POC is more towards like 145. But there's definitely still a chance that Solana bounces back up. But what would need to happen for that on the 12-hour time frame? So we're quite zoomed out right now, right? So take that into account. But what would need to happen for that is a strong reaction from this support level right here, let's say around 150, and then a reclaim of at least 160. And preferably even higher, but 160 we would reclaim the daily trend. So that's what we need to see, and this is also something you have to think about yourself. Like, do you think something like this is most likely? Do you think it's a possibility? Personally, do I think it's a possibility? Yes. Do I think it's most likely? At this point of time, no. All right. There's fundamental instability, which is never great, especially not for risky assets such as altcoins. But then outside of that, Bitcoin is also struggling. Bitcoin is still holding a crucial support here. But it's not really gaining much strength from that. And then if we take a look at Solana right here, all of these bearish breakdowns we had, including the one we already spoke about yesterday, were with high volume, right? And we haven't really left that much imbalances up there, at least not on the 4-hour time frame. So therefore, I would say the same thing as what I did yesterday. Like, is a recovery possible? Yes, a recovery is possible, but does it look most likely right now, given the volume we're seeing, given the open interest, and given the fundamentals? I would argue no. All right, and I would say it's more likely that we will reject from that resistance, and that will drop down lower towards that POC at 145 and 143, where we also have the 90-day rolling VWAP. I'd say that's most likely, right? So look, if something happens, if those FTX funds that got returned to all those customers all of a sudden creates a lot of strength and a lot of bullish pressure, I'll be the first to tell you, and I'll be the first to put out a video and say, all right, well, we can actually break above 160 right now, and it looks most likely, and that would be a great buying opportunity. But that's not the case right now, right? So I'll keep you updated on that. But for now, take care, have a great weekend, and thank you for watching. Bye.